Hello, beautiful wildflowers. Thank you so much for coming to watch this video. We are going to be talking about the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, and I am super excited. I know astrology doesn't always have to be extra. I really do. And at the same time, I'm going to preface this entire video by saying eclipses are a really big deal. So it's okay to treat this as a very significant full moon. Let's just start there, okay? Before I get more into it, just wanted to make sure that you like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. You can share it with a friend. You can leave me a comment. I enjoy all the things. All right. So let's get into it. Virgo and Pisces. I love this access with all my heart. I remember the moment when I had this big, like, oh my God, what? Like, it was so huge. I was in Sedona. It was probably because I was, charging my entire field with all those beautiful crystals surrounded by like ET energy. And it was like this epiphany, right? We've got Jupiter as the ruler of Pisces in traditional, ancient astrology, and we've got Mercury as the ruler of Virgo. And Pisces to me was like this moment where you exit the matrix and you see, oh my God, like all the spiritual downloads and the wisdom, right? This is Jupiter ruled. Jupiter is full of wisdom. Okay. Jupiter also rules Sagittarius, right? The teacher, and is seen as like, the one that has gone all around the world and studied all kinds of cultures. Well, Jupiter in Pisces now is more the going out of the world, right? Realizing the great beyond and that there's so much more. And yet at the same time, the sudden realization, even though like being with God, it would be like so cool and like to merge with all the oneness of the universe, I'm actually still human. And a deep part of my soul is sad from that separation. And so there's this existential angst that goes on with Pisces. And God bless you, Pisces. Like I have my South Node here, okay? I get it. The existential angst is true. And yet the accumulation of the spiritual knowledge is incredible. It's extraordinary. So if we have all of that, let's think of it as like this access as a team member on one side. So this is Pisces. Then we got Virgo on the other side. Virgo is earth. It is mercurial. It is very grounded. It is the archetype of even the maiden, the harvest maiden, right? Mother Mary, the one who is here in service, and also equally in devotion to serve here on earth. So Virgo, it's like looks over at Pisces and says, okay, well, I'm brilliant. I know how to organize all of this. And so I will just lead a life that makes sense. And I will be so good at it. I'm going to have my routine. I'm going to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. You get the picture? And it's going to be perfect, right? I'm a Virgo sun. Totally get it. And there will be a pressure because if I know my team member over there is giving me the spiritual knowledge of all the heavens and the universes and everything, then what do I have to bring to the table? The practical embodiment of that. And that is a lot of pressure to try and hold up, which is why Virgo is so, hard on themselves. And Pisces can be so hard on themselves in a completely different way. When we have faded moments like this, the nodes of the moon are sitting close enough now to both the moon and the sun. They are times of acceleration. The universe comes in and it's like whatever stagnant energy is there, it wants it sped up. It's like when you're watching a video on YouTube and you're like, yeah, 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 and you hit the 2x. I do that to my videos all the time, by the way. I cannot stand myself in regular time. I'm like, speak faster, speak faster. This is so boring. Just like the Virgo coming in. Where was I? I'm completely going off the script here. Yes, the speeding up and going very fast. That's what an eclipse does. It says everybody's ready for more growth, everybody's ready for more acceleration, and we have a way that we're going to do this. My door's knocking. I'm going to come right back. Thanks. All right, I'm back. And I think this is a perfect example of how, like, a Virgo in me kind of freaks out, like, my video is getting interrupted. And it's fine. It's not a big deal. I hit pause, whatever. So, anyway, back to what I was saying about these moments of acceleration. There are times when the universe just comes in and says, babe, and just gives us a push. And whether we're ready for it or not, you can jump off a cliff, fall off a cliff, whatever. But remember, this is a Pisces ruled full moon. So there is always a silver lining. Jupiter, even though the expansion and whatever we're being pushed into can feel daunting, this water sign, this emotional sign, this place where we could feel like such a victim, right? Like, I know I'm God, but like, I'm not like actually living the actual godness. Like, I have to be human right now, and it kind of really sucks, Like, this is what is going on right now. And as we're being pushed by the universe, it's saying, you're ready, babe. And we've been working on this area in your chart for the past 2 years. The first full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces took place in September of 2024. So that was the moment where it was like the trumpets, the music, whatever, the earthquake that started to happen and saying, here's a whole new shakeup to whatever this access looks like in your chart, right? So whether it is home and family life and career, whether it is your children, your creativity, romance, and the social circles and the alliances and the big dreams and wishes you have. I'm trying to go through the wheel like in my head right now. Or the sixth house, sixth and 12th, the access of like incredibly hard work and health and sacrifice and grit. And how does that relate to the 12th house, or a private place of refuge, or a subconscious place where we can blindside ourselves, where we self-sabotage, and where, the unconscious, how much of it is there to explore? Is it a first house, seventh house transit? Is it literally who you are? Is it your physical body that has been undergoing massive realizations and awakenings? And how does that tie into your seventh house of the people that you hold closest to, your romantic relationships, your marriages, or your business partners for that matter? Did I forget any house? Your second and eighth houses, how you surround yourself with resources, how you value yourself, how you treat yourself through affirmation of worthiness, money, literally actual money, of how you can accumulate in this world. And your eighth house, the house of debt, the house of other people's money, the house of spiritual contracts, the house of birth and debt, rebirth, and complete transformation. That was a lot. I was going around in my head right now. I think I got no. And then the third and the ninth. Again, this is all off cuff. This is not AI astrology. I hope you can appreciate that and the humanness involved when I make these videos. So the third and ninth, if you're Virgo Pisces, access. This is your daily life, the third life. This is, your house of daily communication, or the errands you run, or just the nucleus that you consistently find yourself in, and the way that you speak on a daily basis, your thoughts, your words, your interactions with people. And then now the ninth house is the more like philosophical beliefs that you've had. It is, if it's not your immediate culture, then it is the long distance, incredible great beyond, all the long destination trips, or the spiritual retreats that you can go have, or the higher studied and the higher learning that you can access in this life. All of those areas have just undergone a 2-year destabilizing shakeup of growth and acceleration. And this full moon in Pisces is this last moment, right? It's one of the last times where we step in, and it's like a surrendering, right? Maybe you've sort of been stuck on the cliff and like This is the final push, like for reals. Just do it, babe. Whatever you got to do, just do it. And it's okay if it doesn't happen immediately, right? The dust will not completely settle just yet. The earthquake is still happening, but it is showing us the closure, the ending of an era. And so look at the topics of where Virgo and Pisces sits in your chart. And since September of 2024, if you have journaled, you can go, look back. I do a lot of calendar writing, and I have this new moon intentions, what have I been planting in a certain era of my life? And every new moon, I have a written down intention, and I can go back and look. What was I planting at this time? What was my Virgo new moon seed? And what was I releasing on that Pisces full moon eclipse in 2024? That being said, let's talk a little bit about the aspects that are currently in play. Eclipses, it's really important to note too that they bring out the shadow, and it's literally visibly seen in the sky. I mean, we have to look like as above, so below. So if 2 weeks ago we had that new moon solar eclipse in Leo, where the moon literally comes in and blocks the light of the sun, right? A time of darkness, a time of unknown, a time of chaos. And it can be kind of scary too. Like, what is going on? I actually flew to London, didn't even know I was going to be there. And suddenly I met up with a friend that I hadn't seen in decades who worked at this rooftop private club bar. And there was a solar eclipse party happening, and it was like 88 degrees and sunny in London. What? I don't know what timeline I'm on, but it feels good and I want to stay on this one. Okay. So, the shadow that can come up. Pisces can not remember its own boundaries. It can get caught in a lot of illusion. And I can see why modern astrology puts Neptune as the ruler for this type of thing, right? It blends, it dissolves, it confuses, and it can easily spiritually bypass, I like to attribute it to Jupiter because, I come from a more Hellenistic perspective and a school. And I love modern astrology as well. But for me, like, just know I'm looking at it in a more Jupiterian way than giving Neptune rulership of Pisces. That being said, the ability to be in denial or bury one's head in the sand and like la 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 la, not take responsibility, that is definitely something that could be coming to a head, right? And it could be a way of seeing like, this is how I've self-sabotaged. Got it. This is how I've spiritually bypassed. Got it. This is how I have been so romantic and delusional in my thought, and I can no longer do that because Virgo on the other side, where the sun is illuminating and where Mercury is on the same day of the eclipse, cazimied with the sun, it means that you can no longer avoid reality. That that I think is one of the biggest takeaways from this full moon, that it could be very difficult and hard in terms of lessons, but the message is so divinely timed, you can no longer hide from reality. Mercury at the heart of the sun is and Jupiter, which is the ruler of this lunation, sitting in the house of the sun, means that there is the Mercury and the sun and Jupiter are all commingling right now. They're all having a say in what is going on. And so Virgo, where the sun is with Mercury, is I know exactly what's going on. You want me to make you a spreadsheet of all the stuff taking place in your life that was karmically supposed to happen at this time? Let me make it for you. I'd be glad to go into detail, right? Like, you cannot unsee it. You cannot be in denial of it. And it is time. And it's okay if we're scared for what we perceive as more big shifts and big changes. A brand new chapter of eclipses is opening now on the Leo Aquarius axis. And I did write one note. What did I put on my piece of paper? Um, where are you going to place your devotion? Jupiter currently in Leo right now illuminating and ruling over this full moon in Pisces, in this eclipse season, is, to me at least, Jupiter was part of that message in the new moon solar eclipse in Leo that just took place. Now Jupiter is the ruler of the full moon lunar eclipse taking place. And Jupiter in Leo really, truly cares about the self, about you, babe. It cares about your heart. It cares about your purpose, your fire, your passion, the way that the desire inside of you that truly wants to be recognized in this world as somebody. That is Leo. And so when I tap into that, and we have this crystallization coming forward with this Mercury cazimi and the full moon just shining her beautiful light in Pisces. Pisces is in the service of devotion, right? Virgo is in the service of devotion. They do it in different ways. Virgo is more practical. Pisces is more ethereal. Jupiter in Leo ruling it is like, where are you going to place your devotion now? This is the ending of something and the beginning of something else. And Uranus coming in is squaring. It's like the literal energy and vibration of pure shock, awe, and liberation. The one who wants to set you free, and it doesn't care if you get pushed hard off that cliff or if you have a parachute and you land softly. Uranus doesn't care, okay? But Uranus will guarantee that you are going to jump forward even though you're afraid, or let go of something so that something new can finally come in. I think those are it's forming a cross right now. You've got the moon and the sun, and you've got Uranus just squaring the nodes. I think I have it on my chart. Let me see if I can pull it up. Here we go. Hold on one second. I'll share it with you and you can see. Where's my... Here we go. All right, so here it is, full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces taking place August 27th. I took out most of the planets and just left in what I found to be incredibly significant. So we've got Uranus right here. You can see it's 5 degrees and it's squaring the moon at 4 degrees, and it's squaring the sun at 4 degrees. It is in perfect square with Mercury, freshly out of this cazimi. Here's Jupiter in Leo. The South Node around here is, I spoke about it in my last video, who you can shine your purpose and be here in this world without all the extra. We don't need, I was thinking a lot about the comedy that I was doing at the end of the videos. And look, it's not going away, but I'm realizing it doesn't have to be every single time. I want to do it when spirit moves me to do it. That will genuinely feel joyful to me versus like I have to perform now. That was so apparent as I was making these new videos, and I'm really allowing the moon to just be my guide. So when you think about your life right now, when you think about the ending of some chapter, and it could be a physical ending, you could actually physically see the ending either through loss, of something, person, a loved one, a place, a job, a partnership, how is it, or ideas, where an idea is just being dropped now and falling away from your belief system. Where is there a letting go or a letting go of fear? Because you know that you are supposed to leap forward in this place that is pushing you to grow. You are here with amazing spiritual gifts, and I truly want to know, as the nodes shift from Virgo Pisces into Leo and Aquarius, what are you here to do? And how is that purpose in your heart ready to shine? I really want to know, I think more than anything, who are the people out there that are the ones that are going to make green technology finally exist with AI? Because AI is not going away, right? Who are the light workers? Can we see that as actual star seeds coming in to fundamentally revolutionize our relationship with the world? I was thinking like Star Wars, for example. Star Wars looks awesome. It looks like AI and humans are existing at the same time with like, no, not destroying of resources. And maybe I'm wrong if there's like evidence in Star Wars. I mean, of course, yes, there's the shadow and the evil and the Darth Vader and all the things, right? But I mean, they walk around with robots and you're not like hearing political protests, like no more droids. I don't know. I just think that there is so much spiritual wisdom that is being accumulated right now, that is being shown to you, that you can no longer be in denial of it, whether that is internally of your gifts or you're realizing the situation that you find yourself in. Take a moment to be in this place of responsibility. And the biggest way to do that is, how did I create this? How did I create this? And trust me, if you allow yourself to sit with it, Mercury cazimied with, the sun in Virgo, Virgo's like, I can tell you. So that's what I've got. I hope it serves. And I truly wish you all beautiful blessings for this eclipse season. Go gentle with yourself. Allow whatever needs to leave, leave, so that all this new energy can come in and support you and bless you in ways that you cannot even imagine. Jupiter ruled eclipse. There is always a silver lining. Even if this is a difficult season in your life, I promise you, if you look, I bet you can find some beautiful silver lining because of it. Thank you so much. I'll see you in 2 weeks for the new moon in Virgo. Mwah. Ciao.